Researchers from Colombia utilized a camera that was submerged in the Caribbean Sea at 2,000 feet to make a groundbreaking discovery. This is the ultimate resting site of the San Jose divers, who, a few months earlier while searching the Pacific, uncovered the Air Act, which contained treasure worth billions of dollars. Hello viewers, in this video, we will talk about a billion-dollar treasure that was discovered by divers. But before we start, make sure to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for regular updates. Let's get started. The same group that looked into the area, which included advisors in maritime archaeology and researchers from the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institute, came up empty-handed after their investigation. The hunted Armada made a request to the government to recover the site in 1981, but years of legal wrangling prevented excavation from occurring. Christopher Columbus is credited with becoming the first European to set foot in the Americas when he arrived in the Bahamas in October 1492, some months after departing from Andalusia. Philip, Duke of Anjou, was a Frenchman and the grandson of Charles II of England. During the War of the Spanish Succession, European powers battled against an alliance between France and Spain. The San Jose contributed American taxes and jewels to the conflict between the Spanish and the British. In June of 1708, the treasure fleet transported precious metals and gems from Portobello, Panama, to Cartagena, Colombia. The San Jose was in the lead until a British unit intervened 30 miles away from their intended destination. The Spanish fleet emerged victorious from the bet, but the San Jose was defeated. Before the enemy could cross the bridge, the treasure ship exploded, causing it to sink along with all of its rare stones and money. Between 1989 and 2015, the Colombian Armada filed 3 separate lawsuits against the government for wreck rights. Officials in Colombia demanded that the entire Woods team investigate and locate San Jose. In a press statement, the head of the Woods Hole project, Mike Purcell, argued that the Remus 6000 is suitable for long-term missions that take place over white areas. According to Purcell, side-scan sonar photographs taken during the accident showed a debris field that gave the Woods crew the impression that they had found San Jose or another astounding discovery. The Centrimus 6000 touched down approximately 2,000 feet away from the ruins. On the seafloor, the expert discovered a variety of objects, including cannons, pots, weapons, and hundreds of teacups. Woods Hole engineer Jeff Khalid disclosed to CBS News that he was the only person to receive the photographs. "I'm not a marine archaeologist, but I know what a cannon looks like," he commented. "I know what a cannon looks like. At that precise instant, I was the only person in the entire world who was aware that we had located the shipwreck." Researchers from Woods Hole discovered San Jose, but they needed more detailed photos. It was requested by UNESCO that Colombia respect the war grave in San Jose. The treasure of the Spanish monarchy from the 18th century could one day turn up in the San Jose disaster, and it could be worth $17 billion. Another shipwreck that ended in tragedy was the San Jose. It's possible that a ship from World War II will sink in the Baltic Sea. A time bomb from World War II is currently ticking off the coast of Poland. In the latter stages of the war, the Franken provided the heavy cruiser Prince Eugene of the German Navy with tanker support in the Baltic Sea. She resupplied the minesweepers, patrol craft, and torpedo boats with fuel. The necessities were delivered by 5 German supply and tanker ships from Mars. Before the forces could surrender, the Hel Peninsula, which was guarded by 3,000 soldiers, was sunk. German U-boat sailors that had been trained in harbors engaged in combat over a period of 6 months. Following the Soviet Union's invasion of Germany in 1945, the German Navy assisted in the evacuation of Estonian civilians and military personnel across the Baltic Sea. A Russian airstrike near Hel on April 8, 1945, sank the Franken, taking the lives of 48 people on board. A few short weeks later, on May 7, the Nazis surrendered, bringing an end to the war in Europe. But in the Baltic Sea, more than 30 U-boats, 3 German destroyers, and one Russian vessel were lost. After 75 years under the ocean floor, the steel of Franken's tanks is 1/4 of an inch thinner. Less than half an inch of metal had initially been used to construct the vessel. Why are scientists and environmentalists concerned about the possibility that the hull and storage tanks of the Franken may collapse? Fuel oil from the Soviet Union might be on board. After the war, Poland acquired ownership of the Franken, which rendered cargo theft unprofitable. On April 2019, Enterprise interviewed Deutschwelle. In years gone, Benedict Hack of Dansk's Maritime Institute asserted that Franken sat there, stopping the ship from rising to its full height. She prophesied the worst ecological disaster and economic destruction would occur in the Baltic Sea. Sarna continued, "If it's light oil that's more dangerous because it will go up to the surface and then the sea currents can move it towards the beaches in effect, then Poland's Baltic coast could be looking at a major pollution incident. And since the currents in the Dansk area are usually towards the beaches, we are talking about 50 miles of beaches that can be hit." Marek Grabarczyk, Poland's Minister of Maritime Affairs, was the one who, in July 2018, organized a working group on the Franken solution. After 1945, the captors traveled through the Atlantic Ocean, the Caribbean, and the Mediterranean Sea. The Cayman Islands purchased the decommissioned ship. The British Protectorate Islands have their defense provided by the Royal Navy. John Gladstein boarded a flight to Grand Cayman in order to witness the sinking of the Kittiwake. In 2011, he commented, "It's the first time I've seen the ship in 25 years, and she's in pretty rough shape." This was the first time he had seen the ship. In 2018, Hack gave an interview to the Nautical Herald in which he stated that we have 1 year, possibly 10 years, but not any longer than that to neutralize the toxic cargo carried by the Franken, and that all we can do is hope. That's it for today. What do you think about this incredible discovery? Let us know in the comments section. Please like and share our videos. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon.